Hey guys, it's 604 Comics here with my review for Mind the Gap issue number 8. Now, I haven't done a review for an issue from this series, so if you haven't been reading this series from the beginning, it's a little bit hard to explain, but I'm going to try to do so. Basically, what it is Elle was attacked in the subway, and now she's in a coma. Meanwhile, Elle's mind is able to separate from her body, and it's in this area called the Garden, where it's in between life and death. Elle's got this ability to jump into other people's bodies just at the point before they're about to die, before their bodies is about to die. And then she's able to, I guess, reach out and communicate with anybody in the real world. So she's doing that. Right now, she's jumped into the body of this little girl called Katie, and she's able to talk to her best friend and some other people and try and help them figure out who attacked her in the subway. So that's what's happening right now. In the last issue, they had this, I guess, kind of connection, Elle did and Katie did, where they just started bleeding out of all of their orifices in their faces. Elle was in the hospital and Katie was in a taxi ride with Joe. So now this issue begins, they're back. This does a really good recap of what's happening in the series so far. But in this issue, they come back. Joe's brought Katie's body back to the hospital because she suffered this hemorrhaging. And they're basically talking about what's going on. This is Elle's parents, and somehow they're in the mix of things. Everyone's a suspect. It could be Elle's own parents that hired someone to attack her. So there's this whole mystery and intrigue thing that Jim McCann has set up with this issue. It does a really good job of making you think and making you pay attention to a lot of the clues that Roden Escahoe and Jim McCann have been putting in this issue through the dialogue and through the art. Dr. Geller is trying to explain to them about the connection between Elle and Katie, talking about their brainwave patterns and such when they were both hemorrhaging at the same time. Meanwhile, Elle's mother is trying to, I guess, cover her tracks. Hoodie is the one that I believe attacked Elle. We still don't know who Hoodie is. What else do we have? So here we have Joe talking to Elle in Katie's body. And at this point, Elle has to vacate the body because the longer she's in Katie's body, the more Elle's body begins to die. So here she leaves her body and then goes back to the garden. This is a really gorgeous book. I love Roden Escahoe's work, and you can see here that this is something that really attracts me to this series. The art is phenomenal. So back in the garden, Elle is confronted by some of these other people that are, I guess, in comas, and they've discovered that Elle can go into their bodies, so they want Elle to go into their bodies so they can say goodbye to their families. And I guess at this point, Elle's being overwhelmed, and then we see someone grab her from behind, and who's this character? He's another person that's in the garden, and shoot, I can't remember his name, but he's trying to, I guess, help Elle in the garden because he's been there for a while. And this is how this issue ends. And here's an ad for the next issue coming next month. One will die. So whether it's going to be one of these characters, I'm guessing it's probably going to be Katie. Katie's probably going to be the one that's going to die, but we'll find out in the next issue. But it's going to be a silent issue, so it's just going to be nothing but Roden Escahoe's art, and that is going to be a really gorgeous book to look at, and it's probably going to reveal a lot of clues in the artwork, so I'm looking forward to that one. Yeah, this is definitely not a book you can just jump into. You're definitely going to have to start from the beginning with issue 1 for Mind the Gap, but luckily for myself, I was able to get in at the start and check it out, and I really like this series. I really like this mystery whodunit type of thing, so This issue wasn't as good as some of the other ones, so I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5. If you can find it, go check it out. Mind the Gap, it's only on issue number 8, so you should be able to get 1 through 7 pretty easily. Jim McCann does the writing, Rona Esco does the art, and that is my review. Thank you for watching this, and I'll see you guys later.